Hi everyone, I'm Jen Sletton, a registered dietitian, and this is week 4 of the 6-week video series intended to help you protect your immune system and continue to reach your healthy weight and fitness goals along the way. In this week 4 video, I will again be addressing 3 major components to optimal health, including the mental, nutritional, and physical aspects. So week 4 specifically, we'll talk about how to be intentional with purpose and progress, meal planning, and cardio type movement. As we continue to discuss ways to take care of our mental health, thinking about our life's purpose does play a role. It feels good to progress towards something. We are all born with a deep and meaningful purpose that we will eventually discover along our life's journey. Your purpose is not usually something you need to make up. It's often already there, but you might have to explore to uncover it. So how do you find your purpose? You can begin to discover your passion or your purpose by exploring 2 things. First, what do you love to do? And secondly, what are your talents or strengths, or what seems natural for you or comes easily to you? For some of us, our purpose and passion in life is obvious and clear. We're born with a set of talents, and through persistent practice, we develop our talents into skills. Natural talents can be a clear indicator of what your passions are. Work is usually required to develop and maximize your strengths and talent, but it'll give you satisfaction to pursue and grow in that particular area of interest, if you're on the right track. The magic lies in the intersection between one's interests, skill set, drive, and small goals to move towards the larger goal. Having a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset can help you feel more successful and also more life satisfaction while working towards your goals. Check out this comparison of the 2 here. Those who have a growth mindset tend to believe their talents can be developed through hard work, good strategy, and input from others, and they take the opportunity to learn from mistakes or any failures. Investing time into educating yourself on something you're passionate about can be highly rewarding. Even getting better at things that do not come naturally to you can create satisfaction, as it also represents progress and growth. As you think about your purpose and passions, it's also worth mentioning the idea of including resilience rituals. Resilience rituals include things you do to take care of your body, mind, and spirit. Many things from all the videos in this series can be used for resilience, but what makes them rituals is the act of doing them routinely. You'll find your best spiritual rituals by knowing what activities light you up more than anything else. So what lights you up? Can you intentionally make time for whatever ritual this might be? If you reflect, you may realize that some rituals we counted on may be completely thrown off with this COVID-19 situation. Come up with a new way to incorporate what really lights you up on a daily or weekly basis if you can. Resilience rituals can set you up to win no matter what life throws your way. So the 3 questions again are, what do you love? What are your talents and strengths? And do you do what really lights you up that could become a ritual? Speaking of routine and rituals, now let's talk about meal planning. Meal planning starts with stocking up your refrigerator and cupboards with healthy, balanced options. In the first few videos of this series, we covered what healthy balance looks like and also what kinds of anti-inflammatory foods to buy at the grocery store. Another component of healthy meal planning includes knowing what you have on hand and using up those items before they go bad. This meal planning tool can help you assess what you currently have on hand. Print out this tool right here from the Nutrition Learning Center tab on the website and begin to take inventory. Pay special attention to what you need to use up soon and list them here. Also, list what you have in your freezer and other items you have on hand with no rush to use up. Knowing what you have can help you plan what to make. Macronutrients to be mindful of include having enough protein and fiber sources on hand. Also, ask yourself, do you have enough of the immune-boosting nutrients on hand as well, like vitamin D from dairy, eggs, and fish? What about vitamin C sources from fruits and vegetables, for example? Also, good to get enough zinc food sources coming from dairy, meats, whole grains, beans, and nuts. When it comes to meal planning, we all have different preferences as to what system works best. A few of the systems that I have used with clients over the years are listed here. I'll briefly go over each of them. Meal planning can either be systematic and detailed, or some prefer what I call the basic eyeballing method. If you like more precision, there are meal planning programs and templates that generate specific recipes and grocery shopping lists so you know exactly what you're eating. Some of my clients love this way to meal plan. Or maybe they only do the meal planning for dinners, or choose 4 or 5 days to plan as an example instead of all 7. And then they do the eyeballing method for the other meals or the other days. What I mean by the eyeballing method is creating meals from what you have on hand and eyeballing so that your plate looks like the Fit Plate example from video 1. Some protein, some fiber, and some healthy carbs and fats. Both of these ways can work, but both will be a lot more successful with a well-planned grocery shopping list. Start with a great grocery shopping list tailored to your specific health goals. In general, that usually means lean protein and fiber sources along with healthy carbs. But are there specific foods to put on your list that are particularly healthful for you? There are grocery shopping templates and apps that can be helpful in this area as well, depending on how you prefer to operate when it comes to grocery shopping. Next, recording what you eat for a few days and having a dietitian or a health coach do some analysis can also be helpful to find out how you can tweak your food intake to maximize your weight loss efforts and also see if you're missing key nutrients. Some also find success when using a tool like these tri-plates shown here. It can help with portions and also acts as a reminder to include all 3 components like the protein, fiber, and healthy carbs. Or once a week, this packing system shown here could be helpful. Lastly, back to the resilience ritual idea, is there a healthy food you like that could become your signature or resilience ritual food? If you can think of one, you may be able to restore some sense of ritual and routine just by trying to include it each day at a specific time. This can be a type of meal planning in itself. This may be especially helpful during times where it feels like there's a loss of your normal routine. For example, I drink a healthy coffee recipe in the morning and also again at around 3 p.m. This was a ritual before COVID-19. And so I've restored this timing again and have noticed the routine benefits. Another resilience ritual I used to have was eating a small serving of nuts midday. Adding this back in to its usual time again restored a bit of routine and sanity to my life. Very subtle but beneficial. One can also incorporate the ritual of theme days of the week to help with planning, like Taco Tuesday or Lean and Green game night on Wednesdays, or salad Saturdays, or apples and popcorn for Sunday dinners, especially if the lunch is bigger on Sundays like in our family. Creating rituals in any area of your life enhances memories and can remove the stress of wondering what to make or do since it's already determined by a ritual. People sometimes need assistance with meal planning, and so if that is the case with you, email me at Fluid Health and Fitness for a virtual appointment specific for meal planning. This week, touching on the physical aspect of health, the topic is our aerobic energy system. Our aerobic energy system relies on breathing in oxygen in order to create ATP for energy use. So what is ATP? It's the source of energy that keeps everything going. ATP is short for adenosine triphosphate, and it's the biochemical way to store and use food for energy, for example. ATP is essential for powering our body's processes. Because of its vital role, there are 3 different types of ATP producing systems depending on the intensity and duration of exercise. Read more about these 3 systems in the Dive Deeper handouts in the Learning Library on our website. I'll also mention here the importance of physical recovery. Because it takes time for the body to produce enough ATP to create new muscle tissues and cells and heal itself, physical recovery time is essential after high-intensity workouts. If the body's not allowed to rest, it becomes overused and overtrained. So for this week, the physical goal is to use this aerobic energy system by choosing aerobic exercise, also known as cardio. As I mentioned, aerobic exercise will require pumping of oxygenated blood to your working muscles. Aerobic exercise stimulates the heart rate and breathing rate to increase in a way that can be sustained for an exercise session. Aerobic exercise not only improves fitness and helps with weight loss, it has also benefits for both physical and mental health. Preventing the development of heart disease is just one example. Cardio or aerobic dominant workouts include activities like walking, biking, running, swimming, hiking, aerobic classes, dancing, cross country, and the use of cardio machines. There are many other types as well. So for week 4 goal setting, here are some goals to get you started. For the physical health, try to engage in 20 to 40 minutes of aerobic cardiovascular exercise most days of the week. Then, looking at the mental health, what lights you up, or is there an attribute you would like to get better at? And then for meal planning, take an inventory of what you have on hand and pick a day of the week to plan out some meals with a pen and paper. Look for the goal setting worksheet under week 4 in the Nutrition Learning Library. It will help you zero in on how to be successful with each of these areas that we covered today. So glad you joined me for these topics. I will see you again soon.